creature in your nightmare, did he have black hollow eye sockets?
Yeah, he did.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie, and it's time to talk about Sleepy Hollow Episode 3, For the Triumph of Evil. The episode uses something that Grimm actually took on last season, the Sandman. Raise your hand if you thought of Metallic when I said that. No, this is not a heavy metal series, but it does rely heavily on music cues for tension. Let's do a quick recap and review of the episode, and then talk about some of our favorite moments. So people from Abby and her sister's past from when they were found after they ran into the demon start dying of really mysterious causes. They have these weird milky eyes and then they kill themselves. They end up finding out that the Sandman who's actually driving everyone to kill themselves is from Native American mythology. He's this dream spirit that exists between good and evil. So if your soul isn't truly evil or truly good, he'll come visit you if you've done something and you try to redeem yourself, and if you can't, he takes you to hell. The main crux of the episode is Abby really coming to terms with what she saw, the demon, and I thought it took a little too long to get there. Honestly, I felt like they could have saved themselves $1 million in crazy sound effects if she would have just gotten there faster. Like a smarter character would just say, oh, the dream spirit is visiting people and killing them if they can't come to terms with things they did in the past that may not have been too kosher. So you'd think that she would just say, oh, yeah, I definitely saw the demon. I don't know why she has to lie inside of her dream. So obviously they want us to see her journey as the reluctant hero of the pair with Ichabod. There are only a few minor complaints I had about the episode, aside from the fact that it was very cut and dry. I mean, honestly, when it seemed like the shaman was explaining the rules of the dream spirit, that he was reading it off the back of a board game. Normally in a mythology-heavy show, even like Supernatural, the characters don't have all that information before they get into this battle situation. They kind of just try and figure things out while they're doing it. So I felt like them getting all that information before they got scorpioned in the chest was just a little silly. And why did they have to take their shirts off to go into the dream state? I really feel like they're just trying to sex the show up unnecessarily just because they want to get that season 2 renewal. Speaking of which, they kept referencing the 7 years of tribulations. Obviously a reference that they want to tease this out over the course of 7 seasons, which I don't necessarily think will come. I did like Ichabod's scenes with Abby's sister. He's one of the only people on the show who understands and realizes the threat as much as she does. But I'm guessing had he not confronted her with that information, she would not have tried to break out at the end of the episode like she did. So as the show's been getting on through these first couple episodes, the characters start to acknowledge more and more about the mythological events that are happening around them. And I really do like the way the show kind of draws from a lot of different mythologies. Like Supernatural, for instance, doesn't just deal with demons. They introduce angels at a certain point. Obviously, that's part of the same mythology. I'm looking forward to seeing other types of mythologies work its way into Sleepy Hollow. But obviously, I think it's trying to stick mostly in the world of witchcraft and supernatural things. Another thing I was disappointed by, though, was the lack of other witches. I was really expecting to see some of the other covens, either the good coven or the bad coven in this episode. And obviously, the villain in this episode was tied to Native American mythology, so it had nothing to do with the witchcraft. But let me know if you felt like a lot of the scenes with the captain were a little ominous. Don't you just feel like he has something to do with the mythology on this show that he's not telling us? Like at the end of the episode where the captain walked into their back cave, like he was like, oh, I totally knew this place was here, and I knew about all the stuff that was in here. Like he was kind of surprised to find them in there, but not surprised that it existed. I'm guessing that he actually does believe in some of the mythology on the show, and that he has something to do with the witchcraft. Either he's part of the good coven or the bad coven. I'm guessing the bad coven, but let me know what you think. Is he part of the bad coven, or is he a demon? Is there information that he has about the mythology? Does he have this deeper understanding of it that he's not telling us? Personally, I think so, and I think we're going to find out at least in the next couple of episodes. In other big news, there's a new trailer for Desolation of Smaug coming tomorrow morning. I'll try and post a video for it right after it airs. Be sure to subscribe to get it. And I'm expecting to hear the voice of Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug for the first time. I've also got that various Game of Thrones video coming. I'll try and post that tomorrow too. In the meantime, you can click here to get that Desolation of Smaug video. I'll add the annotation as soon as I post the video. And you can click here to get all my other Sleepy Hollow Season 1 videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow. High fives.